from the other side of the world, which is really nice to speak to someone on the other side of the world, and from Belgrade, actually. And it's lovely to have a conversation with Kristina. Now, Kristina, we're talking about, motivating people and keeping their creative side alive, and their imagination, and developing more skills, and seeing the wisdom that they actually have, the knowledge, the skills, and the things that they don't actually see themselves. How do you draw that from somebody when they seriously don't see it, but you do, because you've had a conversation with them previously, and they come back to you and you're having that next conversation, and they still don't see that? How do you create those aha moments for them?
Yeah, to be honest, yes, because as I said, for example, it was one lady, and she had from Australia, and she come to my group and start creating her some products for skin or something like that. And I encouraged her with her aha moment to be visible. For example, she was like she was shaming, or she said, "How I can do that?" And I said, "If I can do that, you can do that, or other people." Yeah, and they just see because, as we said, we need coach, we need mentor to see beside us, and like from outside to come in our life and connect and see what we do. But we, from maybe our, when people are frustrated, as you said, they don't see their potential, they don't see their, and they're just like in stuck something. This is the point to, yes, I created many times, and they are, and I'm still in connection with them, and ask them how they are, what they do, where are they now. And
it's, yeah, and I think, even when you're not working with them and you see them and you sort of think, or you have a moment where you think about someone you've worked with for a long period of time, and then they're off on their own, but you sort of secretly watching them in the background, and just send them a message every now and then to say, how are you going? What's happening? Is everything okay? And that's a really nice thing to do, because I think people, feel important when someone does that for them. So when you're wanting to work with someone, or when you're working with someone, what is it you do for yourself to not take on board the issues that they have?
and yeah, you mean about myself, or just
Yep.
like to, yeah, I love to sing for myself, I love to walk. And do you think, is your question about my future, what I'm planning to do, or just to be maybe concise on something, just to know?
No, I think that,
Give you a better answer.
Yeah, what you do to look after yourself so that you don't take on board other people's issues. And you said you walk and you sing and do that sort of thing. But what is it that where do you see yourself in 12 months? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What is it that you actually want to do?
I see myself as well-established coach internationally, speaker, motivational speaker, TEDx speaker. This is my dream, and I'm doing it. And book writer in terms of digital marketing and social media management, which I created one. It was how to create a social media strategy. I wrote this book. So yeah, just to move forward, or maybe live in the other country, just to be sitting
anywhere in particular.
Visited particular. Yeah, if someone asked me when I want to live, I would love to live in Australia in Yamba. This is Yamba. For example, this is I saw this place. It's a river. So is it beside the Brisbane? So close to Brisbane.
All right.
JMBA. Jamba or Yamba.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know it, but anyway, yes.
It's quite, and just to be, let's say, just to visit other countries and connect with people and, you know, talk to them and get clients and promote, just to maybe walk and talk, like, let's say, just to be in the, because we are in online space, so it doesn't matter where we live.
No,
and
it doesn't.
No other cultures, to talk to people and be alive with them in person, let's say. And
would you like to live in Australia full time, or would you like to be able to live in Australia for a few years and go back home and then come revisit Australia? What would you like to do?
No, full time.
Not full time.
Not full, maybe to in some European countries, you know, just to visit many countries and live for, let's say, 1 year, 6 months. And this is my dream, let's say, in the future.
It'd be nice to live in Australia for 6 months. It'd be nice to live somewhere else for 6 months. It'd be nice to live somewhere else, just to get some experience of the different cultures, the people, and, you know, their surroundings, and learn about, you know, not just their culture, but their country and what it has to offer, the beauty, because each country has some amazing, what can you say, countryside that you can go and see and enjoy and do different things.
Every single country has got amazing beauty, history, tradition, places to visit. You know, it's beautiful, and I love that. So every single country is different, with the different tradition, but this is so amazing in connection with all around the world, you know,
Yep.
all our world where we live.
And besides Australia, what would be another country that you'd want to go to?
Let's say Greece, maybe.
What interests?
I love sunny days. I love to live very close to the beach, and this is why I'm choosing that countries, because Australia has got many beaches. Was big. I have only chance, yes, to see on on the video or on the picture, but I love to feel it and swimming there, you know, one time.
Many amazing beaches Australia has, but there are other countries like, well, I suppose Greece, it does have some amazing waterways and beaches and culture and history, a lot of history, you know, Italy, a lot of history, those sorts of places. Australia is only a young country, really, when you think about it. The history, there's some history there, but it's not as big as Italy or Greece or France or, you know, those sorts of places which have beautiful cultures, beautiful foods, and, you know, romance and all those sorts of things.
No, there are many sorts of things. So yeah, but we need to live our life and live our dreams. And I highly recommend to people to follow their dreams and their wishes.
Okay.
Just to try to make them true, you know, because to be a big believer in them, to believe in them, in themselves, that they can do that, but they need time. This is a process. Nothing can come over the night.
No business happens overnight, although sometimes
or other things. You need to be patient, to not, let's say, to wait, but to work on it.
And also, you know, it's about creating excuse me creating that dream and turning it into a goal and taking the steps to actually make it happen. And I have to have a drink of water. So, yeah. So what's a goal for you?
As I said, my goal is to, as a digital marketing coach and business coach, to move forward and to express myself and to learn much more, but with interaction with people, to get something, to meet new people, new entrepreneurs, and help them much more.
Okay. What's a personal goal that you would
personal,
like to share?
My personal goal is to, as I said, to live in, let's say, any other country and visit many countries in person, just to go live.
Okay. And you also said something about a TED Talk. What is it that interests you about TED Talks?
This is when I wanted to share my story. Is going to be like some topic on digital marketing or business part or very specific topic, or just to share my story, because sometimes TEDx talks are not too long, and then you can
They're
share
not, are they?
Yeah, just to, because we are having them in every single country. I mean, when you organize it, don't be on the scene, or just you can go online, however.
And yeah, it's becoming more and more popular now. TED Talks are becoming more and more popular. And they do TEDx talks, which are a little bit different to TED Talks. But a TED Talk is very specific and to the point. And they have lots of rules and all sorts of things that you have to abide by.
And there are many coaches who coach people how to set up
and present themselves.
Yes, and this is so good, because you can go and just learn about it, how to, because if you have your coach who can coach you and run through the process, you can be much more successful in your TED speech.
Okay, so is there a specific topic that you want to talk about?
Yeah, the specific topic is to share my traveling in online space and connect with many amazing people, like I'm doing with you today. Just like, if I didn't do that, I have never met you. Yep. So this is
okay. So if, for those listening, what are 2 tips that you would give them if they wanted to set up a website, get some information on graphic design? What sort of information, what sort of tips would you give them?
If they want to start their business, or if they are in business,
if they're in business,
if you are in business and if you wanted to move forward in online space, but the point is, when someone come and want to know much more about you, who you are, what you do, and this is the point, that you have your web presentation, which is website, and you can do that in WordPress or in Wix, because this is website builder. Also, the point is to engage someone to do that for you, because if you are not familiar with the graphic and other things, or if you can set up as your own self, for example. And what was the other question? Sorry.
Graphic design.
Graphic design is to, if you need some kind of logo, creating first of all your branding colors, and then move from there. If you don't have a website, you can connect. What we do with our clients is, when you create your logo for let's say for the first time you're in offline space and you wanted to move in online space, you need to have your branding colors, your logo, your homepage, everything. And always is good that you can connect your branding colors on your logo sign to your website.
Yeah.
As a homepage, and to build your brand.
So people recognize you.
But the
Anyway.
brand is not, yes, but the brand is not only that you can create that and say, this is my brand. The brand is when people speak about you and when they have interaction with your business and your product and service.
Okay, I'd take that a little bit further and say your brand is the person behind the business. You are the brand.
Yes, let's say it like this, because and when you are talking about personal branding and business branding, but the point is how you interact as a person who is business owner, anyway, who is it in any industry, you know, just the person just perceive that this is your right person, you know, and this is you, and how you promote yourself, your business, it's up to you, and this is what we can get back to trust you, believe you, and love you. It's some kind of
one more tip that I'd like to ask you is, if someone wanted to become a coach, what do they need to consider?
If someone wants to become a coach, they don't need, coach could be from any industry. If you are from your background industry, if you're coming from corporate and you wanted to share your knowledge and be a coach, let's say. But you also, if you wanted to start as a coach, you must to engage your coach that you can open up and to know how to work with clients. This is so good tip, you know, just to how to approach to your clients, how to build relationship with your potential clients, or you know, what are steps to do to create your coaching plan, or there are many things around.
Beautiful. Thank you.